Texas Tech persevered through the fog and beat Kansas in Lawrence for only the second time in program history as the number 10 Red Raiders win 78-73. In today's video, we'll recap how this was a historic performance for Texas Tech, why I have no voice since I was in attendance there last night, and also look at why these next two games are pivotal for the Red Raiders in the Big 12 tournament. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. If you're excited about this Texas Tech win and you want a chance at a $50 Homefield Apparel gift card, all I'm going to ask you to do is like the video and go down to the chat and type W, just the letter W. For those that entered in the previous video, we got you. You'll still be in the running for it. We're going to end this giveaway for the $50 Homefield Apparel gift card before the Colorado game set for Wednesday. So there's still time to enter, and the easiest way to do so is like the video and, well, type W down there, and you might as well subscribe as well. All right, let's jump into this. What a time. What a time. Your Red Raiders go up to Allen Fieldhouse, a place where they had one win in their history prior to Saturday, March 1st, 2025. And the Red Raiders did it in a way that in the arena, there were a couple Kansas fans that did not like the style of play for Texas Tech. If you see that 43 number from 3, that is the most attempts Texas Tech has ever had in a college basketball game. Unreal type performance by the Red Raiders. And the reason they shot so many threes is you see JT Toppin right there. He fouled out. You also had Fetty, who we'll talk about here in just a second, who I thought was sensational in this game, but in a way that isn't going to show up in the box score. They had to play on the outside. Were they going to try and force the issue and play physical with two of the most physical bigs in the country and play a style of basketball they don't play normally against Hunter Dickinson and KJ Adams? No. So why not go out there, and you got 6 guys that can make threes on a regular basis. Why not use those guys, right? And that's what Texas Tech did. You got out-rebounded by double figures in this one, 39-29, okay? You did have less turnovers. You had more assists. You had 5 less offensive rebounds. You did have 2 blocks. You did have 5 steals. But again, you took 43 threes in this one. I heard some people talk about the refs. Truthfully, in the arena, I didn't think they were that bad. The calls that stand out to me most were, I thought the refs initially missed the Elijah Hawkins play where he was on the baseline when Tech was trying to inbound the ball with less than a minute to go. Elijah clearly went out of bounds. He was not pushed, right? KU got the ball right back after the refs missed a call where Elijah was clearly pushed. So it was evened out right away. I'm sure there were some plays that I probably missed just being in the arena and not having access to replay. But those are the 2 calls that simultaneously got negated right away that I noticed in terms of, oh, that's a horrific call. You look at it, though. Chance McMillan back in this game. D5 back in this game. It was fantastic to have those 2 guys, and I don't think you win this game if you don't have either of them. Chance McMillan struggled from the outside. No big deal. D5, it was 4 of 10, but he was efficient in the second half. He stepped up when you absolutely had to have him. And that was what was critical because, again, JT Toppin fouled out in this game. If I were to tell you before the game started that JT Toppin would only play 6 minutes in the second half, you probably think, oh, Texas Tech lost this basketball game. It's quite the contrary, actually. You played phenomenal in the second half. And I get it. I said Fetty was great in this game. He took 1 shot. I get it. Only had 2 rebounds. Where I thought Federico was sensational was he was really good at screens in this game. He was really good at pulling away guys from their defender and creating the mismatch that Texas Tech wanted on the perimeter. He also did a really solid job of playing physical without fouling on the defensive end of the floor. Now, again, did Hunter Dickinson get his? Yes. Did KJ Adams get his? Yes, right? They got theirs. But there was a lot left on the bone, if you ask Kansas fans, it feels like, in the sense that They should have kept going down there. They were in foul trouble. Texas Tech didn't have that many bigs in this game, right? That was something that stood out to me, that Texas Tech played really good perimeter defense in this one. And when the ball did get down low, did KU capitalize on it? Sure. But Fetty had to be in that game for Texas Tech, or else it would have been a vastly different game. And he set the tone in the second half in terms of playing with physicality, something that I think a lot of Tech fans would disagree with. Go watch the film. You could see he was physical. It is hard to play against Hunter Dickinson with the physicality front. Fetty played phenomenal in this one in the sense of the screens as well, to open shots for Christian Anderson, to open shots for D5, to open shots for Kerwin Walton, so on and so forth. They were sensational in this one. And again, you win this game in a way that I don't think a lot of people had on their bingo card. And that's something that this Tech team continuously does, right? There's not just one way they win basketball games, right? There's just not. They take what the opponent gives them and they decide, okay, if you're going to give us X, we're going to do Y. Okay. And that's what they did in this one. They knew that they didn't have the physicality aspect of it against Hunter Dickinson and KJ Adams. So what do? They jack up a ton of threes. And when you're a good 3-point shooting team, you're going to make a lot of them. And they did 15, 35% from three. You look at that. Texas Tech had 19 shots within the arc. 19. That's an insane number. And they made plays when they needed to. A play that actually stands out to me that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is obviously the D5 3 late. I thought D5 just made a couple of shots late in that game where I was like, yeah, they're coming home with it. Okay, they're coming home with the dub. D5 is not allowing them to leave Allen Fieldhouse without this W. And one was the turnaround fadeaway. He was about 2 feet within the paint, step back, drained it, right? And then he had the three, which was the last field goal for the Red Raiders in this one to make it 76-73 with 127 remaining in the game. It felt like D5 was not going to allow Texas Tech to lose this game. I also want to shout out the freshman, Christian Anderson. He's a bona fide superstar, people. He's unreal. I don't know if I've ever seen a freshman just not give a damn, like in the sense that nothing phases him. He's obviously very well prepared. He's obviously has a high care factor in terms of he wants to win. But when I say don't give a damn, he doesn't give a damn about the surroundings. He's there to hoop. He's a straight up hooper, okay? And he is a bona fide superstar in every sense of the word. And the kid is a true freshman. Unreal type performance by him, 15 and 6. And the play that stands out to me the most was the play where he got the steal and he easily could have held on to it, right? Instead, he has the wherewithal to look ahead and he passes it to Elijah Hawkins, just a little tap of the pass forward. Elijah Hawkins gets an easy 2. It was a sensational night for the Red Raiders. There wasn't too many Red Raiders in attendance, which is understandable. It's a difficult place to get up there. But I will say this about the game. Obviously, it makes it a whole lot better that Texas Tech won as I get on the screen here. Lawrence, Kansas, and the people there were sensational. So want to give credit to them. Unreal environment. It was the mecca of college basketball. And it felt like after the comments that Bill Self had last night in terms of you need to blame me, not the players. And also, by the way, Kansas fans, stop it with sending Zeke Mayo stuff. Stop it. There's no place in sports. There's no place in life to send other people those disgusting, disturbing messages like you did. And I understand it's a few bad apples. It's not everybody. I'm not trying to paint a broad paintbrush here. Stop it. If you are one of those people that DMs nasty people or nasty things to players after a game because it didn't go the way you wanted to, shut the hell up. Period. End of story. Get off social media. Go touch grass. I mean it with my whole heart. Okay. But overall, the Kansas fans and the people of Lawrence, when we were there, I was with my buddy Mike, sensational. Everybody was friendly, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime type trip, and Texas Tech made it that much better in terms of winning the basketball game. I mentioned that it's critical for Texas Tech that they won this game. Why, you might ask? Well, the Big 12 standings are this. It's locked up. Houston has won it outright, even though they have a ton of little brother syndrome with their toughest team won after they announced their conference championship outright. Really grow up, Houston. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's really sad how bad you want this to be a rivalry. Anyway, I digress. Why is this big for Texas Tech? Because you get the double bye if you are one of the top 4 teams in the Big 12. Texas Tech, obviously in a really good position to be one of those top 4 teams, and you would want as much rest as possible if you're the Red Raiders, right? You want to play as many games as you can in the NCAA tournament without playing the least amount of games that you need to in the Big 12 tournament, if that makes sense in terms of if you want to actually win it, right? So, again, double bye if you are a top 4 team. Texas Tech currently sits in a really good spot with Colorado and Arizona State left on the docket. Now, before we head out of here, let's take a look at the latest net rankings for your Red Raiders. They are comfortably in 7th. They have now 6 quad 1 wins to go along with 6 quad 2 wins. So they are a combined 12-6 in the quad 1 and quad 2 sectors of this really solid place to be if you're the Red Raiders. And I will say this as we scroll down a little bit on the net. You have the chance to potentially, wiggle around a little bit. You're in a good spot here. And the reason I go back up here, sorry about that, is Baylor. If Baylor can win another game and get in this top 30, you will get another quad 1 win. You will not have a quad 1 win opportunity left on your schedule if you're Texas Tech outside of Arizona State. Since that is a road game, and that'll be next Saturday. When you look at KenPom, it is on your screen right now, the Red Raiders are in 7th ahead of Gonzaga and a great distance behind Alabama, if we're being honest. But the Red Raiders do meet the criteria of a top 21 offensive rating and top 31 defensive rating to be a true national title contender, according to KenPom in his metrics. All right, that's going to do it. Hopefully y'all bared with me on my voice. I was yelling. I was there. It was an amazing experience as your Red Raiders come home from Lawrence with their second all-time victory at the Phog by a score of 78-73. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, if you want to enter for a chance for a $50 Homefield Apparel gift card, like the video and go down to the comment section and type W, just the letter W, okay? That's all you need. And this contest will end for the giveaway before the Colorado game, and I will announce the winner on the Colorado post-game show video, whatever we want to call it here on the channel. Again, appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. If you want 100% free content on your Red Raiders all throughout March, it's going to be bumping here on the channel. I can promise you that we'll have a live Selection Sunday video here on the channel, instant reaction to everything Texas Tech's bracket and what it has to offer. So if you want to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube, simply like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. And as always, stay safe and Recom Tech.